Руководствуясь статьями 307, 308, 309 Уголовно-процессуального кодекса Российской Федерации, суд приговорил Гершковича Эвана признать виновным в совершении преступления, предусмотренного статьей 276 Уголовного кодекса Российской Федерации, и назначил наказание в виде лишения свободы на срок 16 лет с отбыванием в исправительной колонии строгого режима.
Well, certainly it's been a very secretive trial. It's almost to be expected, primarily because we are talking about potential espionage until we know a lot more details from what's happened. We have to say espionage in inverted commas because I think it's more of a case that they've taken Evan to be used as a hostage. Certainly, there hasn't been an awful lot of information that came out. He was allegedly in the Ekaterinburg wanting to write an article about the Wagner Group and Yevgeny Prigozhin and his relationship with the mayor of Ekaterinburg in Sverdlovsk, which is the oblast. And apparently the FSB picked him up for spying for the CIA, having apparently been to a tank factory where most of the information, at least from rumors that I've heard, could be found on the internet. So it isn't a huge amount of espionage that he seems to have actually done. It would just require someone at the CIA headquarters to Google what the tank factory was doing. But nevertheless, as I say, this is unfortunately something that the Kremlin is particularly adept at, is finding hostages and using them to get the opportunity to speak to governments in the West.
Evan Gershkovich, who's the Wall Street Journal reporter, he's 32, and he's been in prison for almost a year. This is a huge story in the United States, and I just want to ask you directly, without getting into the details of it or your version of what happened, if as a sign of your decency, you would be willing to release him to us and we'll bring him back to the United States.
Мы столько сделали жестов доброй воли, что, мне кажется, мы исчерпали все линии.
We have done so many gestures of goodwill out of decency that I think we have run out of them.
Ни разу не ответил на то, чтобы не решить это.
There is no taboo to settle this issue. We are willing to solve it.
Есть определенные условия, которые
But there are certain terms being discussed via special services channels.
партнерским каналам между спецслужбами.
I believe an agreement can be reached.
There is that possibility. It's I don't know the ins and outs of these trades and how it actually works, and I'm not necessarily certain many in the Kremlin actually know how it works either. So, but there is that possibility that certainly having now put him, convicted him for 16 years, then there could be this trade that they've managed to agree with the Americans, and that could be a way forward. It could hopefully Evan will be free. It is a trumped, in my opinion, it's trumped up charges quite clearly, and we have to hope that he will be free fairly soon. However, the Kremlin has in the past played hardball, and there are other Americans like Paul Whelan, but also other Western people in Russian jails at the moment. So the Kremlin will try and get its certain amount, a pound of flesh, let's say, out of the Americans, and certainly will be playing hardball, I think. And there are probably only a few places worse than Russian prisons, so I can't imagine how he's what he's like at the moment, and certainly for his family and his friends, it is a terrible time.